Get the latest book from Pop, Planting Seeds for the Lost and Found, and let his poetry speak to your heart, mind, and soul through poetry, sculptures, and art illustrations. Let the poet of peace give you encouragement and hope by making a mark in your life that cannot be erased. Get your copy now by going online or shopping at the store from Barnes & Nobles, Amazon.com, or wherever fine books are sold.
Sometimes I look at you and still see the pain. The things I took you through, I still feel ashamed. I got evicted from the house, that would still be to blame. Cause of me, the credit dropped, but you still maintain. I'm still cussing you out, still acting off the chain. Still had to call the cops, still cried when they came. Fussing with your pops cause you tried to explain that you going with your heart and your mom still complain. Even though we still fought, you still believe I could change. Gotta give you props, you still kept on that ring.
Total Restoration presents this month's music choice, artist Elder Buck.
You are my strong woman.
Be sure to check out the latest single from Elder Buck, Strong Woman, available on Amazon.com and iTunes.
Elder Buck.
If you've enjoyed today's message by Pastor Michael Main and you live or will be visiting the Richmond, Virginia area, please visit our friends at Spirit of Fire Fellowship, Sundays 10 a.m. at 1210 Westover Hills Boulevard in Richmond, and say hello. Visit the ministry online at spiritoffirefellowship.com or call 804-977-1775. That's 804-977-1775 to learn more.
I think what happens to a lot of people too is you get those labels, that L word.
Yes.
Where people want to label who you are, what you are, and what you're capable of doing. I love the analogy that Pastor Ray uses is he says, you can have a bottle of ketchup and you can put mustard on the front.
Yes.
But when you squeeze it and you apply pressure, what comes out of there is still that ketchup, even though you labeled it mustard.
Right.
And that's one of the things too that I found even to be true about myself. You know, people can put labels on you and statistics and all of these things, but statistics and labels don't make you. Who you are makes you. Nikki, what is something in your life that you feel that somebody tried to put a label on you and make you into something that you weren't?
I would say someone calling me weak or whatnot. They tried to put that label on me, and yet, you know, I've surpassed that. I mean, at this point in my life, I would look at it, you know, there's nothing weak about me. You know, you squeeze my bottle and you know, I've come out like Hercules, so.
I thought you was going to say Hershey's chocolate. I was like, ooh. I know, give me some. You said it too.
Take a piece, take a piece. Yeah, but I would say a lot of people put that label on me, and I mean, it's just not true. That's a stereotype right there.
Right. Now, sometimes people can accept the fact that you go outside of their label and they respect you for proving them wrong. But sometimes you find people are not as grateful. And so, Miss Felicia, in your life, I am sure, you know, you have come up, and I know you handled it gracefully.
Yes.
But when it comes to a point where, I hope so.
Okay.
But when it comes to a point in your life where you do have to separate yourself from someone because they don't respect who you are, they don't share your vision, they are negative, they want to label you something you're not. And in order for you to stay true to yourself and remember who you are, you have to remember to sometimes you put pressure on your own self just to make sure you're still alive. You're like, okay, how many times am I going to let somebody call me ugly or fat or stupid before I say, am I really stupid? Let me squeeze myself. Let me check. And then when you check, you realize, oh no, I'm not that dumb. And so you say to yourself, okay, it's unhealthy for me to keep doing this. I need to go get restored. I need to go get around people who are going to help me get restored and actually breathe new life into some of the things that I want to do for myself. How do you handle separating?
Quietly. It has to be done quietly. I've always done it quietly, and I have to do it a lot because I'm always out in the public. And then I'm always around people who, in a sense, you wouldn't think judge, but they do. You know, when you're in the church, you know, most people, that's the first place, you know, people would think, I'm not going to be judged here. But as soon as you step through the doors, there's judgment. So because of that, I do it quietly. And a lot of times, because I have to deal with so much, and especially, naysayers and people who, you can't do it. And I remember someone saying to me, when I first got my nonprofit, is it legit? Is it real?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, mighty God. And I had to take a step back and say, of course, would I put anything on? That wouldn't be. And you have to put on that smile and let them know that this is real, because it's not about me. It's about God. And as long as I know it's about God, it's real. So, yes, it's real. And so I do it quietly, and always remember to never let them see you sweat, and keep a smile.
Now, ladies, first of all, thank you both again for coming on the show. And I want to be sure that everybody out there is actually able to connect with the Family Foundation, which is a great organization that helps young girls and young women and women in general that find themselves in trouble. And sometimes, probably some people might say it's all your fault. But sometimes it's not your fault. And when it's not your fault, you still need to know that people, love and care about you and really have a concern about you. And so, Felicia, how can people get in contact with you, learn more about a Family Foundation, and help and be there for you and volunteer or what have you?
Well, you can contact me by my email, which is fmiddlebrooks1@gmail.com. Again, that's fmiddlebrooks1@gmail.com. Or you can reach me at theartofconversation@gmail.com.
And just so you know, The Art of Conversation is actually Miss Felicia's own show. Felicia has her own show as well. Felicia, tell us a little bit about The Art of Conversation.
The Art of Conversation is a radio TV show that is talking to adults between the ages of 18 and 100. And we talk about relationship issues that we face every day. One of our show topics is Green with Envy, and that topic, it's about being with someone when you're a successful person and they are envious of you, and
That's
it's your mate.
That hurts.
Yes, and so that's why I would like to bring up topics and I bring up topics about how we deal with conversations, how we conversate with each other, and just getting it out. Just talk about it. Be open about it. Whatever, even when it hurts, we need to talk about it.
Right. It's funny you mentioned that topic with money and communication, because those are the two leading problems or causes for divorce, breakups, fights, and arguments and miscommunication.
Family going astray.
Right. That's how you start tearing everything down. So it's good that you're actually starting from that level to build people up, because a lot of people are already there.
Yes.
Nikki as well. How can people get in contact with you if they need? I could put a list and it just goes down the screen for all the things that she does. But some of the definitely your business.
Being too kind.
No, Nikki is extremely modest. She is so modest. This girl can make your walls look like blue jean, suede, a sky, color washing. I had this girl make stripes on my walls, and she didn't just make stripes. She gave me all kinds of different sizes in my stripes. So I felt so awesome. And they was different colors too, y'all. It was really cute.
Tailor made.
Yes. And it was a one of a kind.
Yes.
I'm telling you, painting that red was death, but it looked awesome when it was on that wall.
all the techniques you're talking about is a part of faux finishing, so that's what you're referring to. But yes. I can be reached at you can look me up on LinkedIn, and if you wanted to send me an email, you can reach me at kmregup@gmail.com. Again, that's kmregup, REGEP, @gmail.com.
Awesome. Well, again, ladies, thank you both for coming on the show. It is truly my pleasure, and I'm sure I'm going to have you both back on again for a lovely topic, and have your challenging, and definitely your joy and your laughs. It's always good to be around people, that laugh and smile, because it definitely feeds energy, and I love your energy. It reminds me of that crazy show Kata watches. My daughter, she watches some Go Buddies on the Go. If your child is doing this, talking about I can feel your energy, it's Go Buddies on the Go, definitely. So thank you guys for joining us, on this show on Total Restoration. This is Tailor Made, an introduction to Total Restoration, and we look to seeing you next week. We want to say special thanks to our special sponsors and partners, Yimstis Rouge, Miss Cherie's Girl, Without You, Where Will My Hair Be? And of course, some assistance from my sister. And I also want to say special thanks to Pastor Michael May and Spirit of Fire Fellowship out in Richmond, Virginia. Awesome man of God. If you are in the Virginia area and you're looking to visit a wonderful congregation definitely stop by and say hello to him for me in person and give him a big old hug because he gives out good bear hugs. All right, so I'll see you guys next week.
If you've enjoyed today's message by Pastor Michael Main and you live or will be visiting the Richmond, Virginia area, please visit our friends at Spirit of Fire Fellowship, Sundays 10 a.m. at 1210 Westover Hills Boulevard in Richmond, and say hello. Visit the ministry online at spiritofirefellowship.com or call 804-977-1775. That's 804-977-1775 to learn more.